the Light Silverhorn calls for the use of ash-coloured silk, which Edmonds Lee state is Purcell's number 10. To start the fly, we trap in our silk directly behind the eye of the hook and take 4 or 5 nice tight turns over that tag end. Once we've got it secure, come in with our scissors and snip off the waist end. Now, bringing our silk down the hook shank in tight touching turns, we want to finish the body somewhere between the point of the hook and the end of the barb. As this is a barbless hook, it's all a bit of a rack of the eye, but somewhere about there is pretty good. For the body, the two authors state a reddish grey fur taken from the thigh of a squirrel, and this is the shade you're looking for here. Simply just pinch out a little bit of dubbing and just with a couple of simple twists form your dubbing rope. And now again in tight touching turns, come back up your hook shank and start to form the body of the fly. If you don't have enough dubbing, it's a simple matter of putting another pinch on. You don't need any wax, as the long staple of the dubbing adheres to the silk easily. Your body wants to finish probably about 3/4 of the way up the hook shank, so we've got enough room to tie in our legs and our wing. For the legs, we're using a hackle taken from the thigh of a starling, and we're really looking for these lighter coloured barbs here. So we isolate them and trim off the tip end. And form a little tip. And then catch it in with 2 or 3 nice firm wraps. Now take your hackle pliers and make 2 wraps of that starling hackle. Trim off the waist end. For the wings, Edmonds Lee state thrush secondary feathers, but here I'm using snipe secondaries, which is a good substitute. And what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that the darker outside of the feathers shows to the outside of the finished fly. So take 2 mirrored slips of your snipe secondary. When you're happy with the length of them, just mount them in with 2 nice tight turns of silk. Trim off the waist end. And then just beef up the head a little bit with your silk. Now for the antennae, we use 2 strands of mallard breast. We take our bodkin and just isolate those 2 strands. And we catch them in again with 2 nice firm wraps of silk. I like to just take another wrap right in front of them as well, just makes them stick out a little bit. So just pull those fibres up and take one turn right underneath. When you're happy with the length of the antennae, trim off the waist end. If you want, you can get your bodkin now and just try and separate those antennae. In all reality, once the fly gets wet, they're going to stick together anyway. But it's nice just to see if you can fret them apart a little bit. When you're happy with them, then come in with your whip finish tool and take 2 or 3 turns of a whip finish. Bind the silk down tight, trim off the waist end, give the fly a bit of a tidy up. If you want, you can just make those antennae stick out a little bit more. And there you have Edmonds & Lee's number 30 Light Silverhorns.